us in. It's time for this party to begin. What are you doing over there all by yourself? Come over here and tell me about what's going on. Nobody knows what you've done, and nobody cares where you've been. You gotta present in a way they will remember. It's not who you were, but who you are they need to see. This place needs to be livened up. I've got some magic in my cup. What do you say we both go insane for a while? Close your eyes and let it find you. Pretty soon colors could talk. We went outside for a walk. Why did we go there? Why do we go anywhere? Time's on our side for now, but it won't always be there. And what do you do with the time you have left? Muster your past behind you and do your best. Time is the school in which we learn, and time is the fire in which we burn. But I still believe in love after life. I don't know what I want, and I don't know what I've got. I don't know what I ought to do or be, and I don't know what I owe, but I know it's a lot. I don't know how to play, and I don't know how to act. I don't know how I ever made it this far, and I don't know how I keep myself intact. And that isn't all that I think about. A lot of other things come into play. Trapped on the face of this clock we call life as the second hand chases the day. I don't know where to start, and I don't know where to go. I don't know where the secret passage doors are, and I don't know where to find what I need to know. I don't know when to stop, and I don't know when to quit. I don't know when my last good bad idea was, and I don't know when the next one's going to hit. That isn't all that I think about. A lot of other things are on my mind. Running around on this 12-digit dial every minute's a mountain to climb. I don't know who to thank, and I don't know who to blame. I don't know who the hell you must worst thing you are, and I don't know who my friends are in this game. I don't know why I'm here, and I don't know why you're there. I don't know why there is this space between us, and I don't know why I care. That isn't all that I think about. A lot of other things are going on. People around me are constantly ticking and talking about the beyond. All I know is I'm awake, but for all I know it's all a dream. All I need to know is if I fit in somewhere, and how can I contribute to the scheme. Surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? I hope you do, because you are. And do you ever feel surrounded by a pack of seething dogs, moving in, closing in, rolling in their own mass danger? Does that slinky coiled spring of yours snap back when life seems more than making up, making out, making trouble for the sly and perfect strangers? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? I hope you do, because you are. Liquid dinner paves the way as they stumble their way down downtown. Inevitable entropy, chaos and gear. The circus is here with male lions, female tamers, and lots of clowns. Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? I hope you do, because you are. Idle conversation turns to salivation, but there is no salvation from the sting of the gleam in their eyes. There is no mistaking all the risks they are taking. All they know is the aching from the beer and their guys as guys. Everybody! Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? Do you feel surrounded by the animals? salsa. She was sitting a few stools away. The guy in between us decided to leave us, and he left me with nothing to say. I watched her in the mirror and I noticed she didn't look happy or sad. She was nursing her second, and I kinda reckon that whatever she was there wasn't so bad. But you can't judge a book by its cover. You have to open it up and look inside. Discover the story it's dying to tell, and carefully read between the lines. I sipped on my glass of courage, hoping for nothing to lose. A few stolen glances and I took my chances and slowly looked up from her shoes. Our eyes met with two smiles, an electrical moment of nexus. She looked perfect to me, and as far as I could see, I checked most of her boxes. But you can't judge a book by its cover. You have to open it up and look inside. Discover the story it's dying to tell, and carefully read between the lines. It didn't take long to start dating, and by that you know what I mean. We talked about exes and traded mistakes as both of us tried to come clean. I didn't know what I was in for. This woman was changing my life. So much in common, I never saw this coming. I prayed that she would be my wife. But you can't judge a book by its cover. You have to open it up and look inside. Discover the story it's dying to tell, and carefully read between the lines. Finally, officially together, blissful for the blink of an eye. But time took its toll, it uncleaved our souls, and our pet names curled up and died. It didn't take long to start hating. Well, maybe that's too harsh a word, but love had escaped. We needed our space, or mutual destruction was assured. But you can't judge a book by one chapter. You have to read more than a couple or a few. It takes years to finish a story, and we weren't even halfway through. Radio silence for decades, with no plans to ever again. But our paths intersected and we reconnected. We both had learned so much since then. Our nemesis, time, has made us older, but wisdom is acquired with age. Together once more, we've opened the discover you're on and on lover has always been your best friend. I should have left town when I planned to, but I didn't. I could have gone to Yale and thrived, but I didn't. I would have acted from a different point of view if I had learned the story she already knew. But I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't care. I didn't think it even mattered. I was there. It turned to dust. It's so absurd. All I had to do was say that magic word, but I didn't. I should have given up back then, but I didn't. I could have saved a lot of time, but I didn't. I would have found somebody else to fill the need if I had felt at peace and able to succeed, but I didn't. I should have gone west instead of south, but I didn't. I could have trod a different path, but I didn't. I would have missed the train that got me there by 4 if I had stopped to help that lady in the store, but I didn't. I didn't go. I didn't stop. A million lefts or rights decided on the spot. I should have done. I could have been. I would be somewhere else if I changed just one thing, but I didn't. And now I'm here, and now you're there. Here we are together, such a funny pair, where we belong, arm in arm. I've worked so hard for this, but mostly I am here because I didn't. I've been thinking about my life. Lots of questions. All the questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how? You know, those questions. But I boiled it all down to one question. One ultimate question. Because they all have the same answer. And here's the question. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhinoceros? And if I know, I want to have a home, I want to find a place, I want to do more here on earth than just take up space. I read my food and I eat the news. In gonna tell you a story about star-crossed lovers torn apart by unforeseen circumstances. He's trying to get back to her. And she's trying to forget about him. The city is splashed with rain-lit dark. I gotta get back where I belong. Espresso fuel frenzy of pedals and steering and sorting out where I went wrong. What was I thinking, trying to escape? There's no turning away from all that. She's not a bitch, she's just bitchy, and only sometimes. And of course she's got a good reason. I just wish she would answer my calls. So I am driving home to her, and I am driving home a point. I get it, I'm sorry, but we can make this work. I am speaking toward the life I want. Meanwhile, love seems so real, but now I don't know. Who am I trying to kid? I thought that he loved me, but I don't think he does. Not sure if he ever did. I know there are ways to make mistakes go away. If I have to face this alone, maybe if I did that, he'd come back to me, and we could start all over again. I should probably take his next call. Well, he's driving down to you. You think you're driving down the cost, but that twittering inside you is a song without words, a melody that soon would be lost. Damn it, you're driving me insane, and this is driving us apart. But we can rethink it and accept it as a kid, and collaborate on a beautiful work of art. think I'd see him so soon.